Hey guys, Sak here from sakitech, and in today's video, what we have here is we have the Samsung Galaxy A37 5G. In this video, we're going to be unboxing it and doing a detailed review. Now this phone is $450. It is Samsung's most popular mid-range smartphone. It's a phone designed for people that just want a phone that works and gets stuff done, that doesn't cost over $1,000+, but still has some premium features, as I'm going to show you guys. So let's dive in and get started right away. So first, let's do an unboxing. So basically, I'm going to lift up the box. That is going to reveal the phone. You can see here's the phone. That's the charcoal color, which is kind of black. You can see we have a shiny finish on the back. I'm going to put this to the side for 1 second. And inside here, we have nothing. Over here, we have another box, which is this guy right over here. In that box, we have the usual suspects. We have the pin ejector. We have a USB Type-C cable, and we have a quick start guide. So same as any other Samsung phone. So let's divert our attention to the main dish and see what's going on with this guy. All right, so let's quickly talk about the build quality, which actually is very nice. So on the rear of the phone, this shiny back finish is Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, which until recently was used on Samsung Galaxy flagship smartphones. So that's great. Now on the front, for the display, we also have Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, which also makes it nice. So it's a high quality front and back finish. Now the side frame of the product all around is actually plastic, okay? It doesn't look bad, but it definitely is plastic, just something you should know. So even though we have Victus Plus on the top and rear, the frame is going to be plastic. Now I do want to mention that this phone does come in 4 different colors. You can see all those colors on the display. I'm going to drop a link down below to buy this phone if you are interested. My affiliate links are going to be down below to get the lowest pricing and the best incentives. Now the phone does go on sale on April the 10th. So if you watched this video before, you can still click the link and get additional details and specs from the website, but it's not going to be available till April the 10th to buy. And then you can see at the bottom, we have the USB Type-C port, we have a speaker grill, we have a microphone here, and we have the SIM card tray right over here. On this side, you can see we have the volume rocker, we got the power button, all right? On the top, we've got 2 microphone holes, which is great. And on this side, we have nothing, pure matte plastic finish. That looks really nice. And then we have the triple camera system. We have a 50 megapixel main camera. We have an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera. And then we have a macro camera that's going to be 5 megapixels. Again, the main camera is going to be the one that you're going to be using a lot. And that is actually very, very good. But we are getting slightly lower numbers on the ultra wide. Again, this is a mid-range phone with a lot of cost savings. All right, so once you turn on the phone and you set it up, you're going to be at this screen. This is the main home page. So let's see what's going on with the features and software and the specs here. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys that's very important to many people is if you go to your settings, all the way at the bottom, if I go to my About Phone, and if I tap on Software Information, you can see we are running One UI 8.5 out of the box with Android 16. And one of the good things with these mid-range smartphones from Samsung is that you do get 6 OS upgrades and 6 years of security updates. So if you're buying this phone for long term, you just want a phone that works, that is up to date, and that is secure, this is going to be a good option. You do have the Samsung support on the back end for a total of 6 years. Now the other thing I want to talk about that's very important, which actually makes this phone a little better than many other mid-range phones, is if you go to the settings, let's go to display. What we have here is we have a full high definition plus display with 1900 nits of peak brightness. Now even the Samsung flagships are at 2600. This one here, less than half the price, is 1900 nits of peak brightness. So it's going to be a nice bright display. Additionally, if I go over here, we also have a 120 hertz display refresh rate, which is very important to give you that smooth scrolling effect that makes a phone feel expensive rather than cheap. And of course, it is a Super AMOLED display and it's got the vision booster to give you maximum screen quality, which is great at this price range. This is going to be a great phone for media consumption, video consumption, and all that good stuff. On top of that, it's also going to be good to listening to music or just watching movies with the built-in speakers, because if I go to sounds and vibration and if I scroll down, you can see on this mid-range phone for $450, we also have the Dolby Atmos surround sound quality. So overall, a great product for media consumption. Now, some people, a very fringe minority, are going to worry about the bezels over here. You can see they're slightly thicker compared to the Samsung flagship phones, but they're in no way a deal breaker. Overall, I think it looks great. That's the display. The other thing that is very, very important, that actually blows my mind, is the fact that this phone has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery capacity. That means the battery is the same size as a Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, and also it has 45 watts super fast charging. So you can charge this phone from a dead battery to 65% in 30 minutes. That is a great feature, at least for Samsung phones. So I think with the battery, they really knocked it out of the park. 5,000 milliamp hours is going to give you a full day of battery life and even more. Now, I do want to mention that with the battery, we do not have wireless charging, and also we do not have reverse wireless charging. Those are more flagship features, and they held them back, of course, to reduce the price. Now let's move on and talk about the performance, but before I do that, I do want to pinch the screen. I'm going to show you guys a couple things here. If I go to my wallpaper and style, I just want you guys to see the stock wallpaper options. So if I tap over here on the home screen, I can tap on variations, and we do have several variations of the stock wallpaper apps, as you can see. I'm sorry, not the apps, the stock wallpapers. So we have all these various options. Nothing stunning or mind-bending, but I like to show these things. Some of these are actually really cool, as you can see. Nice, crisp, clear, and colorful. So let's keep this one right over here. Tap on done. Those are the wallpapers. For the lock screen, you do have this video wallpaper, as you can see. I'm going to tap on done right here. Okay, and let's take a look at that video wallpaper. Double tap to wake up. You can see a nice subtle video wallpaper, and then you can go right inside with your fingerprint sensor. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but let's talk about the performance. Now, very important, this phone comes with a 128 gigabyte model that has 6 gigabytes of RAM. So let me show that to you under device care. Now this one here is a 128 gigabyte model. This is the one that Samsung sent me, and we have 6 gigabytes of RAM. But if you buy the 256 gigabyte model, you will get 8 gigabytes of RAM. No matter which RAM that you buy, you will have the option to set virtual RAM, which is a RAM plus option. That's going to allow you to extend your RAM a little bit better. It's not going to be as high performance as an actual physical RAM, but it's going to give you some virtual RAM to speed up your phone, which is important on these mid-range phones. Now, when it comes to the processor on this smartphone is a 1480 Exynos processor. That processor is not designed to be a powerful, super fast processor. It's going to do everything that is basic, watching movies, playing medium level games, editing videos at a slower speed. Overall operation of the phone is going to be nice and snappy, no lag as you can see, though you may come across occasional stutter. Now the phone is brand new right now, so it is pretty smooth as you can see, but over time a little bit stutter might come into existence. But it's not going to be a big deal. This phone is designed to do everything for the average Joe. Watching movies, listening to videos, playing some mid-level games. Do not expect to play games at their highest graphical settings. Do not expect to edit 4K or 8K videos. So again, keep in mind the price of this phone is $450. This is going to be for the average Joe that wants a solid phone that does all the basics without problems, minus high-intensity gaming and tasks. Now, if you want slightly better performance, I highly recommend getting the Galaxy A37, which is noticeably faster and it's only $100 more. Now we also have a built-in fingerprint sensor. So if I go to my security right over here, security and privacy, and if I tap on the lock screen, and if I put in my PIN number, you'll see that we have face recognition. You can use the front camera, which is 12 megapixels, to log in with your face, but the fingerprints are going to be more secure. Now this is going to be using an optical fingerprint sensor. It is not going to be an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor like you find on the high-end phones like the S26, S25, S24. So let's just test the fingerprint out, okay? So I'm going to go to the lock screen. I'm going to do it 3 times in a row. So number 1, that's 1. It worked, okay? And then we're going to do it again. It worked. I'm going to show you one more thing. It doesn't work as fast as high-end phones. So if I go like this, look at this. If I just tap and let go, sometimes it works. It worked this time. And sometimes it doesn't. Look at that. Okay? So sometimes it says keep your finger on the sensor a little bit longer. So make sure you understand things like that. That is what is able to get you the lower price with a big battery, a great display, but some minus features. But we do have a built-in optical fingerprint sensor, which I really like, far beyond face recognition, because it is just so intuitive. You just put your finger right there, boom, logs you right in. Now I do want to mention with connections, we do have Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.3 on this phone, which is very, very adequate, and they're going to be very fast. So as an example, I'm sitting in my office and the router is on the other side of the house and I'm still getting all bars fully connected. So that is a nice, stable connection. And Bluetooth 5.3, even though it is not the latest, is the current benchmark for most phones. When we go to the camera, let me show that to you. If I go to my photos, you can see with the main camera, I can go from 12 megapixels, you can see right here, to 50 megapixels, so that is great. And also I want to show you one more thing. If I go to my videos, you are able to record up to 4K at 30 frames per second. You can do 1080p at 60 or 30. I prefer 60 for a smooth experience. And then you can do HD, which nobody ever touches. That is just low quality. I don't know why Samsung phones even have it, but we have 1080p and 4K recording on this phone. Now, what about AI features? So if I go to my settings, you'll notice that these phones do not have a Galaxy AI menu, okay? There is a menu, but it is a little bit limited. But if I go to my advanced features, it's going to show up right here. It is the intelligent features. So when I tap on that, you can see we have all these AI features. We have the AI select, we have the voice transcription, we have custom filters when you're using the camera, and we have object eraser. We also have edit suggestions in the gallery. So when you're using the gallery, it's going to give you some suggestions to edit your photos. All those are going to be AI features, but it's not going to be a full-blown AI suite like you find on the flagship models. And of course, we do have one of the most popular features. We do have the built-in circle to search feature. If that is something you use or you have heard about, you're going to have it on this phone as well. And of course, we do have access to Google Gemini. So if I press and hold, I can just start talking to Gemini. As you can see, it just came out. I can talk to it. It is recognizing what I'm saying. It's very precise, and it gives you the full functionality of Google Gemini AI Assistant. All right, guys, so we have talked about everything here. So let me give you a quick summary. So again, we have a price point of $450. And like I mentioned, the links to buy this product is going to be down below. But basically what you have is you do have smooth, lag-free experience for all the basic navigation and stuff like that. You might get stutter here and there once in a while, but it's not going to be a common occurrence. You do have a great main 50 megapixel camera for both day and night. You do have all-day battery life, 5,000 milliamp hours, fast charging. You have a great display with 120 Hz display refresh rate, bright and sharp. And you do have premium build quality on the front and the back. We did mention the sides are plastic, but it does not feel cheap. But the Victus Plus on the front and the back actually is premium. And of course, we have software updates for 6 years, like we mentioned. So all these features for $450 is a great deal. What you're not going to get is you're not going to get crazy zoom cameras. You're not going to get the fastest chip. You're not going to get wireless charging. You're not going to get the S Pen as an example. You're not going to get the greatest display. You are going to get a phone that does most things that the average Joe wants in a nice, solid fashion. And that's who this phone is for. If you're a flagship guy, this phone is not for you. If you want something cheap that's going to last you a long time and you can do all the basics, then this phone is going to be for you. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? Do drop them down below and let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day, all right?